Welcome to Raining Blue. Welcome to Raining Blue and White. I'm your host, Robert. This is the place where we talk about Penn State football and college football in general. Our main goal here is to cut the bull and be like a lean, mean, finding defense and as versatile as a pro-style offense. Let's get rolling. Okay, this is the results of this week's predictions that I had this week. Let's start with the first game on the slate. Purdue and Ohio State. This was quite interesting. I've seen a little bit of clips and everything from the game. The game ended in a 41-7 victory, which was a 34-point spread. Because I said 6-38, which first W to the day. Not bad. I saw a little bit of the clips and it was like, okay, Purdue is not very good this year. Yippee skippy. Not really a good test for Ohio State for next week. Of course, they're playing the Nittany Lions, my Nittany Lions this week. I think they're going to have a little bit more problems. I might make another video for that game when it gets closer, probably maybe Wednesday, maybe even uploading it Thursday. I don't know yet. I'll keep you posted on X for that. And before I get to the next teams, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and also follow me on X for any updates on this channel. Let's get to the next game. The next game, Oregon and Washington. This one was actually pretty interesting in the long run. I actually watched that game. The only thing I really have a gripe with Washington was in the first half. I even posted on X on that. It was the freaking penalty. They had a 3-and-out right there, and they effed it up with pretty much doing a celebration penalty. Pretty much they get through the laundry because of celebrating. It's like, what the heck? But I give Washington's defense, it came in the second half, and instead of breaking so much, it was bending and not breaking at that very end of the game. Washington held up. They beat Oregon. Out of all the Pac schools, I think Oregon's probably the best. I'm not Oregon. Washington's the best bet to make it into the playoff right now. But that can change still because anything can change. So now with that one, I actually watched that game. That was pretty entertaining. But the problem is Oregon doesn't really have a secondary at all, really. No, they say a lot of their fans are boasting about their secondary. Oh, we can recruit all these best. And I'm like, here's my line for you, Oregon fans. You do less with more. Here's a little thing you have to learn. Do more with less. Then maybe you'll be able to actually do something. Okay, the next game on the slate was BYU and TCU. That one was, let's see, that was 11-44. That was a loss for me. The first two games were wins, which I said this was going to be a 3-23. I didn't expect TCU to thump BYU this badly. Usually BYU covers for me. These ding-dongs couldn't even do that. They scored TCU pretty much 33-point spread. I didn't expect it to be 33. I said 23. So they dropped an extra 10 for me. I'm like, thank you, God. Now you really wanted to slap me around a little bit. Nice one to try knocking the wind out of my sails. Because I had 2 victories. Now you give me my first loss. Thank you, BYU. Thank you, you Mormons in Utah. Okay, another game. This one was a nightmare. This one's going to be a nightmare for me. Let's get to the next game. USC versus Notre Dame. Actually, Notre Dame was 21. I didn't look it up until the last minute and actually found out Notre Dame was ranked. Notre Dame was 21. I didn't put it in this. Notre Dame was 21. I was talking to a guy on X over this. They were having a discussion on if USC would win, would this help them? I'm like, it wouldn't help them. Out of the two who really need this win would be Notre Dame. I'm like, that's all I said to him. I'm like, now look what happened. Notre Dame beat USC. The score was 48-20, which that one was a loss for me because that was a 18-point spread. I said I thought it was going to be a little bit closer to 2 to 14-point spread. Well, that was out the damn window. Always rely on Notre Dame on that one. Always rely on Notre Dame to do something that's not typical on that. I was listening it off of on YouTube with someone probably had a radio station they were using to call the game. I'm like, after the first half of like throwing 3 interceptions, I was like, okay, this is not going to go the way I thought. The USC fans talk about how good their quarterback is. Now it seems like someone found the kryptonite on him. Superman does not have. He's not impenetrable. He's actually pretty much human if you find his kryptonite. Talk about Notre Dame. I can't even rely on them for anything, really. Okay, next game. Now this gets interesting. Miami versus North Carolina. This one was going to be interesting for a little bit. Ended up 31 to 41. 10-point spread, and I said 3 to 33-point spread, so it was right in the zone. So that was 2 losses in a row, and I got the win to follow up. Then we got the last game. Didn't see this game really, so I couldn't say anything because really I couldn't see much of the games this week. Some weird reason I couldn't. I was trying to find them, and I couldn't find them for some weird reason. But let's get into the last game. The last game of the regular part, Missouri versus Kentucky. This one, Kentucky literally surprised me. I thought Kentucky was going to just, because they usually have bad luck with the SEC schools, very badly. The SEC schools literally this time actually did do good with a 38 to 21 victory, which was a 17-point spread, and I said a 3 to 21-point spread, which was pretty damn good on that one. Without the Wilds, here's the record. I was 4-2. Yeah, 4-2. Now we get into the wild card games. I don't have any banners for them. Let's wait for that. Now, the wild card games I picked. I'm not going to go with my game yet. Georgia versus Vanderbilt. I said a 7 to 24 point spread. The game ended in 37 to 20 victory, which was a 17-point spread, which gave me a victory. So instead of 2 losses, I have 1 on that now. Then the Penn State UMass game. This one I thought was going to be like a 35 to 49. Well, I was surprised. I was like, I didn't think Penn State was going to thump UMass this badly. They thumped them hard with a 63 to nothing victory. Oh, that's worse than what we did to Iowa. We thumped Iowa, but not this bad. I think they're coming in mad now. Ohio State, I would say, be very careful with Penn State. They're not showing that we're not going to play nice this year. And it being the shoe, let's see how that goes. Okay, let's get through this one last time. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring the little bell, comment what your thoughts are. And also, we are Penn State. And for the rest of you, lock and load.